on ELN Morning. North Carolina schools are still mourning the loss of 3 students.
We are deeply saddened by this senseless and tragic loss.
We went to the Vigil at UNC last night.
Photography as a business? We talked to one student who's making money off her passion. And after, we will have our chief photographer teach you how to get those double taps on social media.
And we have special guest Brooke Alex, who is releasing a single on iTunes.
You already know.
Later in the show, she'll show off her pipes and perform live. Get ready to wake up with ELN Morning.
Good morning, Elon, and welcome to the first ELN Morning of the semester. I'm Paige Peroso.
And I'm Ashley McGetter. So we have a very special birthday today for someone who turned 206 years old. Today is the birthday of our 16th president, Abraham Lincoln, who was the president from 1861 until his assassination in 1865.
He is remembered for many of the outstanding changes he made during his presidency. Most notably, he led the United States through the Civil War as well as abolished slavery. Now, as you're sipping your morning coffee, let's see what's going on around the world. Our Jasmine Turner is live in the studio with the 5 things you need to know before you leave your house. Jasmine?
Thanks, Paige. We start abroad. After nearly 16 hours of deliberation, Ukraine and Russia have entered into a peace deal, which includes a ceasefire. The two have been at odds for years, and more than 5,000 people have died because of it. So this agreement will hopefully bring relief. And now moving to the Middle East, airstrikes in Syria have been happening since last year, but this week, Obama has asked Congress for permission to continue to use them. The proposal does not include ground troops and will last for 3 years. And sad news in the world of journalism. Last night, 60 Minutes correspondent Bob Simon died after the town car he was riding in lost control on the highway in Manhattan. Simon began reporting for CBS News in 1967 and joined 60 Minutes in 1996. All of us at ELN express our condolences for the loss of such an influential journalist. And for some consumer news now, gas prices are slowly increasing and are now at an average of $2.14 in Burlington. Just weeks ago, some places offered gas for less than $2, so make sure you fill up while it's still low. Here in North Carolina, Chapel Hill residents and more around the world continue to mourn the death of 3 Muslim students who were shot and killed, allegedly over an argument about a parking space. Craig Stephen Hicks has been charged with the deaths of Shadi Bakarat, his wife Yusar Muhammad, and her sister Razan Muhammad Abu Salha, in what some have called, and the family included, believed to be a religious hate crime. Vigils were held last night at Chapel Hill, and there will be a vigil today at ELN at 5 p.m. in Newman Lumen.
Thanks, Jasmine. Now, thousands of people attended that vigil last night at UNC, where friends, family, and faculty shared memories and hopes for the future.
There are things that we can do. We can join the Barakat and Muhammad family in their grief. We can grieve with them.
Yusuf, Razan, all 3 of them, no words can justify who they are, what kind of people they are.
Tonight we lost 3 cherished members of our community: Dia Barakat, Yusur Abu Salah, and Rasan Abu Salah. We are deeply saddened by this senseless and tragic loss.
We're all faced with this loss. We've lost a brother, a sister, nephew, classmates, friends across both of our campuses, across this community and across this country. People are struggling to find answers.
And take the message my mom wanted to make public, and do not fight fire with fire. If, and it is quite possible that this was an act based off of evil and a scared, ignorant man, do not let ignorance propagate in your life. Do not reply to ignorance with ignorance.
As Jasmine said earlier, tonight ELN will hold its own vigil at 5 p.m. in Newman Lumen. We have more on this story on our website at elnlocalnews.com.
A local youth baseball coach and father of 3 is still in need of a liver transplant. Earlier this week, we shared the story of Craig Edwards. He says he is feeling the love from the community after hearing about his condition. Several organizations are doing the Harlem Shake to raise awareness for organ donation. The movement was inspired by the success of the ALS Ice Bucket Challenge and was started by the Little Phoenix baseball team that Edwards coaches. Edwards is currently first on the waiting list for a new liver at both Duke and UNC hospitals. So we here at ELN Morning certainly hope he gets that transplant very soon. To see the original story, log on to elonlocalnews.com.
For this week's College Cooking, we have Paul LeBlanc here to cook us a delicious treat for Valentine's Day this Saturday. Paul, good morning, and what are you making for us?
Thanks, Paige. I will be making heart-shaped pancakes in honor of the holiday this weekend. All you need is some pancake mix, eggs, butter, and milk. It's as simple as that. Later in the show, we're going to fire up the griddle and make some pancakes here in the studio, so stay tuned.
Now, I cannot wait to try those. But if you can't cook for your Valentine because you've got an LDV, a long distance Valentine, like I do, you just want to send some love to a friend, maybe, well, skip the roses this year and go for making this adorable postcard pillow, just like I did, and here's how you can make your own.
All you're gonna need is a pillow, felt, ribbon, lacy ribbon, fabric glue, a Sharpie, and scissors. To get started on our postcard pillow, the first thing we need is the pillow, and as you can see, mine has this nice knit texture on the front, but we're not going to work with that side. We are going to work with the flat side. And the first step you're going to take is cutting your ribbon to the exact width of your pillow. And what we're going to do is fabric glue this right down the middle of the pillow. No signs to it, just a little bit of glue, one piece of ribbon right down the center. Once your ribbon is in place, we have to make our stamp. First, cut a small square of felt, cut a heart out of the other color felt. Then we're gonna line the borders of our stamp with that white lace ribbon to give it that perforated effect. When that's all secure, go ahead and fabric glue all the pieces into place. All right, so now that we have our adorable little stamp, it is time to paste the postage on the pillow. And finally, the best part of this whole craft, writing a love note to your Valentine. That note can go on this side, and you're gonna go ahead and put an address on this side. And it's as easy as that. Now our postcard pillow is ready to go. But remember, unfortunately, the post office does not accept felt stamps, so be sure to wrap it up to send to your Valentine.
When you're ready to ship your pillow, you might want to save some money by heading off campus rather than to the mail center. Generally, for a standard 5-pound box, FedEx Ground is going to be your cheapest bet.
Now for this app of the week, our Jackie Pascal found an app that is coming soon but already has a ton of buzz. Jackie, what do you have for us?
Thanks, Paige. According to Streetwise Media, there's a new app in the works that solves a lot of problems Facebook Messenger and other social messaging apps have. The app is called Hey Now. One of the standout features is titled Whisper, where you can break up a group message to have a private conversation. Hey Now also has this feature, Keepers, where you can save the songs, images, and videos you've sent to people. That way you won't have to scroll through those long conversations to find the link. Also, when you turn the phone sideways, it goes into throwback mode and switches from chat to camera. Hey Now is still in the works, but the final version of the app will be released in 2 weeks. For your app of the week, I'm Jackie Pascal.
A hug away could keep the doctor away. A study from Carnegie Mellon University shows strong social support, such as hugs, can prevent stress, thus reducing sickness. Researchers gave 400 people the common cold and found those with stronger social support were less likely to get sick. Elon counselor Jennifer Brigman told us there is a relationship between stress and sickness.
There's definitely a correlation between what goes on in someone's mind and what goes on in their body. So generally, people who are mentally healthier are also physically healthier and vice versa.
Brigman's advice for this cold season: hug people when you're well and protect yourself when you aren't. And coming up after the break, we'll have some pancakes with Paul.
Now let's check back in with Paul to see how those Valentine's pancakes are coming in this morning's live college cooking.
Thanks, Paige. Well, the best part about these pancakes is that they're really easy to make. All you need is about a cup of pancake mix. You can pour it in here. You need about 3/4 a cup of milk. One tablespoon of oil. And 1 egg, which is perfect if you're on a college budget because it's really inexpensive. Then we're going to whisk it together with this whisk, and we're actually going to pour it into this heart-shaped shape so that the pancakes come out in a heart shape, which is perfect for Valentine's Day. So I'm going to start mixing this now, and we'll come back at the end of the show.
Thanks, Paul. Those are already looking delicious. Now, but if you're in the mood for something a little spicier than pancakes, you might want to head to Greensboro. I decided to taste test some taco restaurants and found some interesting alternatives to the classic Mexican meal.
Take advantage of it, and we're going to go to Greensboro for the Great Taco Tour of NC, where we're going to try out 3 local taco places and tell you which one's our favorite. We filled her up, and now we're ready to go.
We decided to concentrate on taco restaurants in Greensboro, which is only half an hour from campus. We headed to Rico's Subs and Tacos first.
So we got our tacos. I'm going to try them out. Bear with me. They're really hard to eat, so don't make fun of me, but it might be messy. Okay, here we go. They were good.
Although these tacos weren't the most memorable, they tasted like those good old homemade tacos. Now for the next place on my list. Taqueria El Azteca has a wild menu that even features tongue tacos. And although I didn't try any tongue that day, the tacos definitely made me lick my lips.
The tacos just came and they look amazing. They are beautiful almost. It makes me a little tear in my eyes. I'm gonna try them out. Kind of messy. Okay. Oh gosh. Yikes. Okay. Here we go.
Now, I filled up too quickly on day 1, so to finish the tour, I headed back down to Greensboro for the last stop. And this taco joint might have been last, but certainly wasn't the least. Crafted features all types of tacos, but it has some of the craziest taco combos I have ever seen, including mac and cheese tacos, which is of course what I had to try.
It tastes like Southern cooking because it's barbecue and mac and cheese. All on a taco.
And boy, is my mouth still watering.
It was so fun going to all the taco places. It was delicious. Loved it.
Yeah, how do you always get these good gigs?
Food ones. I always grab the food stories.
And that was real tacos. We're not talking Chipotle.
No,
or
they were
Qdoba.
good. They were
that
fancy
was authentic.
tacos. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's
now,
good.
if you want to find all the addresses to the restaurants and what I ordered on, you can find those on ELNLocalNews.com.
Well, after all this talk of food, I think we need to start thinking of some ways to work off all that food. Since spring break is a little more than a month away, we'll be bringing you a workout tip a week to help you get fit. While cardio is key for revving up your metabolism and staying fit, here's a tip to torch even more calories during your cardio workout. Start with a quick strength and toning routine before you hit the treadmill or elliptical. According to a study at the University of Tokyo, participants who biked within 20 minutes of lifting weights targeted more of their fat cells than those who didn't tone at all.
Now, after the break, we will finally get to the taste of the delicious pancakes that Paul has been cooking up for us all morning.
Yes, and we're also going to have our chief photographer, Al Drago, come on and show us how to take the perfect picture. Stay tuned to ELN Morning.
These days, people our age are obsessed with pictures, but the concept of photography for some millennials has been reduced to the filters and Facebook likes. Our Meredith Stutz found one student who has rediscovered the beauty of photography and something more than a hobby.
Junior Dorian McCory is no stranger to the fine arts.
I never would have limit myself. I'm always like kind of double dipping.
But since she came to Elon, she's found a new love, this time behind the scenes.
As a music theater major, most of the time I'm mostly told where to stand, like how to look and like what to do when I'm dancing or whatever. But with this, like, it's totally on me.
For the past year, McCory has turned her curiosity of photography into a passion.
Do it. Yes, yes, yes.
While McCory says her photography is a creative outlet, she hopes to aim and shoot for something a little bit more entrepreneurial.
And so when I set a price, it's like, I'm not trying to woo you out of your money. I'm like, this is what I need to make this product happen.
Since last January, she says that she's had more than 30 clients. Her services include headshots, family photo shoots, and graduation photos.
A lot of things are word of mouth. Like a lot of people see my stuff on Facebook or social media.
Senior musical theater major Nicole Naram says it's McCory's own personal touch that makes her stand out from the local and national competition.
She really works with the people that she's photographing to get out of them what she knows that they need.
For all the positive reviews, McCory certainly has had her fair share of criticism.
But not everyone is a fan, but not everyone will be a fan.
But that hasn't stopped her from pursuing her dreams.
My plan is to book an internship with a photography company over the summer.
McCory believes that her work ethic and personal investment make her photos worth more than 1,000 words. Meredith Stutz, Elon Local News.
McCory told ELN Morning that those interested in having a photo session with her should just message her for pricing through her website, which is provided below at dmccory.tumblr.com. And now we have our own ELN photographer, Al Drago, joining us in studio with tips on how to take that perfect photo.
Well, thanks, guys. How are you guys doing this morning?
Let me just say before we even start, look at that phone case, people. That is diva. What is up? Diva.
What can I say?
Great. All right, so what are some tips?
Well, first thing, we all have our phones, right?
Yes.
So first thing, we are going to tilt them all to the side, because that is step one, of course.
Okay.
We're going to turn our cameras on, and then we're just going to have some fun. First thing about photography, you got to have a good time. Also, like, you got to move around. You got to have fun. We're gonna move around a little bit. So you got to find where's the perfect angle.
Look at that. Selfie-ception. That's what that is. Okay.
Excellent.
So is this a selfie take? Is there a way to take a good selfie?
Oh, the good selfie. So,
what's the angle I need to get?
So we've got our great background down, and you know all your levels are right. You're having a good time, and then you gotta just have fun with it. You gotta make. So we're gonna try a little selfie.
Okay.
Here.
Oh boy.
See?
No, that's like no, that's not the double chin angle. Whoa.
Yeah, I don't know about that.
See? And then we have fun. We're gonna put that online. ELN.
No, I don't think we are.
Give it a like.
Delete those photos. No.
Excellent.
There is no filter strong enough for that picture.
And then the last thing you guys gotta do is just give it some filters. Have some fun.
You like filters.
I
Okay,
do.
so what's
I'm
your
big
favorite
fan-
editing app?
You know, I'm a hipstamatic man myself.
Hipstamatic.
Afterlight's really good.
Afterlight's a great one for quick toning. You know, it's great to put it straight to Facebook.
I think I always need a filter on. Just I think now in this age, I don't like photos without filters. I need the editing a little bit.
So we need
Unless you're taking
hipstamatic.
photos.
Right. We need hipstamatic,
Yes.
Afterlight. Anything else? Other tips our viewers need to know?
Other than that, just get out there and have a good time. You know, you got to work it. You got to get down. You got to get high.
For every selfie you see on Instagram, there's like 50 on the cutting room floor.
Oh
so,
yeah, of course.
Yeah, it's
Always
okay.
need that. You have to choose which one.
Oh, of course.
Now, how about the selfie stick? What are your feelings on the selfie stick?
Oh, you got to get the selfie stick.
Do you own one?
Oh, I have 3. $8 on Amazon.
And he didn't bring one for us.
Well, thank you so much. Those
of
tips
course.
are amazing.
Thank
We'll
you,
get
guys.
lots of likes on our Instagrams now, of course.
Yes, of course.
And we're going to head to break, but after the break, we'll have a live performance coming up. Lights, camera, and hip-hop? Tonight, the musical theater department begins their opening weekend of In the Heights, a Broadway musical that includes rap, hip-hop, and salsa music. It's a story of immigrants from the Dominican Republic living in Washington Heights in New York. The show won the Tony for the Best Musical in 2008. ELN's performance will be in McCrary Theater this weekend.
Well, I'll definitely be getting tickets to that. But a lot of our reporters went away last semester to go abroad, and our Sky Counts is one of them, but she's back from Denmark now, and she has a pretty cool story to tell about one of Denmark's most famous singers. So thank you for being with us.
Yeah, of course.
It's always good to have you back.
I know, it's great to be back.
So it's not Christopher, it's Christopher.
Christopher, yeah. The Danes pronounce it as Christopher.
The Danes, okay, got it. So what is the difference? I am a former groupie myself.
Okay.
I was a fangirl.
Okay.
I still am a fangirl for the most part. What's the difference between a Danish fan base and American fan bases?
They're not so different, especially with Christopher's fan base. He attracts a lot of the young teenage girls. I went to his concert.
I can see why.
There were girls that were camping out for 48 hours before his concert in tents, in sleeping bags. It was absurd, and you see that a lot in American culture too. And another thing about Christopher is that his music does appeal to not just young teenage girls, but to college students, to middle-aged residents of Denmark, just because it's feel-good music.
Good. Going through all the demographics and things. So he relates to all the people in Denmark. Do you think he's going to relate to the people in America? Do you see that crossover coming? Is he coming across the pond?
I think he has the whole package. You know, he has talent, he has charm, but the thing that sets him apart, that I noticed at least, was he's really down to earth, and he's actually a genuinely good person. They have this thing in Denmark called jantelon, which is basically a fundamental principle of Danish culture that they teach kids at a very young age to be humble, to be appreciative, and to be part of a greater whole, the greater society. So he has that with him to take into his endeavors in this music industry.
Maybe he could teach that to a few pop stars here. I can think of a few. But, and what are the main differences you noticed, though? Being, obviously, I'm sure there was a little bit of culture shock, but is there anything major you noticed, especially being at that concert?
Yeah, I don't know. It was, in terms of pop culture, Danes are very fascinated with pop culture, and that is something that, you know, they ask me about a lot, is American pop culture. So.
Awesome. Well, the wait is over. Let's check out a little sneak peek of Sky's package. But for the whole thing, you can check out ELNlocalnews.com.
You don't typically hear of Danish singers breaking through to the States. What do you think makes you stand out? What makes you different?
I always just do what I want to do. I don't think much about what the people want. I really feel like I can bring something new to the table.
And a singer here at ELN is getting ready to post her first single to iTunes. So this is Brooke Greensburg, but she goes by Brooke Alex for your stage name, correct? So what's it like doing music and college life, all that?
It's very hectic, but I love being busy. I learned that over winter term. I hate just sitting around, so I love having something to do at all times.
Now, do you write all your own songs?
Yeah, these are all original. The song You Already Knew, which is coming out on Saturday, is all original musically and lyrically.
And what inspires you to write?
Basically real life things, like very Taylor Swift-esque.
Oh, love it. I love Taylor Swift. We're a big fan of ELN Morning of Taylor Swift. I love it. So we want to hear your song, so please play us out.
Cool. Thinking you're a big shot now, in a new place with a new crowd, but you're so caught up and trying to be something that you're not, trying to be something that you're not. I should have seen it coming. Ignore the signs like they were nothing. And eventually, you throw me away for your adolescent priorities. And all this time, you were just using me and all your lies I foolishly believed. Had me going for a second there, had me thinking that you really cared. Well, now I know the truth that you already knew. You already knew. All this time you knew. You already knew. You didn't have the decency to walk away before I was in too deep. what I know now. 'Cause you're always gonna let me drown. And all this time, you were just using me and all your lies. I foolishly believed. Had me going for a second there. Had me thinking that you really